પાલનપુર એ ગુજરાતનું નેત્ર છે અને ભૂમિરૂપી રમણીનો રમણીય હાર સમાન છે.
ત્યારે પાલનપુરનું ખોખું રહ્યું છે, પાલનપુરનું નામ રહ્યું છે, પાલનપુરની સંસ્કૃતિ નથી રહી.
દુનિયાની ડાયમંડ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીમાં કોઈ કંઈક છે તો 10માંથી 8 વખતે પાલનપુરી જ નીકળશે.
In Palanpuri community, I earn money, I make money, and I want that my brothers and friends and within the other community people should also make money.
You will not find any business in Bombay city or all over the world that people lend goods worth of 20 lakhs of rupees, 25 lakhs without a signature.
They are very, very clever people, very intelligent people, very smart people.
Successful diamond merchants have these attributes of being artists and traders worldwide. And the Palanpuris have fitted extraordinarily well into that particular community because they have the same skills.
I've never come across a situation where a few families from one particular town in this vast continent should show this enormous ability so quickly.
પુરાણોમાં આ પ્રદેશને અર્બુદ મંડલ કહ્યું અને આજુબાજુ અરણ્ય હોવાથી અર્બુદાચલ અને અર્બુદારણ્ય એમ પણ કહેલું છે. સ્કંદ પુરાણ એના અર્બુદ મંડલમાં કહે છે કે અહીંયા નાગોની વસાહત હતી, જે નાગો હિમાલય તરફથી આવીને અહીં વસ્યા હતા. આ નાગ લોકોને મને એમ લાગે છે કે એટલા માટે આ પ્રદેશમાં આવીને વસવું પડ્યું કે આર્યો અને નાગો વચ્ચે સંઘર્ષ ચાલતો હતો અને એ સંઘર્ષના પરિણામે એમના આધિપત્ય નીચે જે પ્રદેશો હતા એ પ્રદેશો આર્યોએ છીનવી લીધા અને પરિણામે એ નાગો ધીરે ધીરે દક્ષિણ તરફ ગુજરાત, સૌરાષ્ટ્ર, કચ્છ અને એમ દક્ષિણમાં એમણે રાજ્યો સ્થાપ્યા.
What were the Nagas as a people? Historians believe they had an evolved civilization that engaged in trade and that they were expert seafarers. The geology of the region tells us that at the time the sea was closer inland and the Nagas even had a port on the banks of the lost river of Saraswati. Archaeological evidence reveals that the Nagas had a settled society with a rich variety of cultural artifacts. The Nagas were worshippers of Shiva and are said to have built an imposing temple in his honor. The Pataleshwar temple still stands and today is one of Palanpur's key landmarks. The Naga symbol is prominent on the temple spire. Modern-day renovations to the temple have not erased memories of its ancient builders. It was inevitable that such a rich and fertile land would attract the attention of neighboring kings. The Nagas were overrun by the Mauryas in the 4th or 5th century BC, and Arbudachal came under Mauryan rule. The Mauryas ruled for many years, and after them the region came under a succession of rulers like the Malars and the mighty Kshatraps. The great Chinese pilgrim and traveller Xuanzang writes about Arbudachal as a well-known pilgrim center. Times were changing, and village communities were giving way to cities. The Solankis built Patan in the 8th century, and the Parmars of Abu built the great city of Chandravati in the early 10th century on the banks of the Banas river. Today, the ruins of the city lie forgotten and unattended, but travelers in earlier times write about its magnificent buildings and bustling markets. Chandravati lay on the route of Muhammad Ghazni's armies marching from Afghanistan towards Patan and is said to have been attacked twice. Perhaps this prompted Prahladan, brother of Chandravati's ruler Dharavarsh, to set out in the 12th century AD to build a new city on the plains to the southwest. Prahladan named the new city Prahladanpur after himself, which in contemporary times became Palanpur.
પાલનપુરનો સ્થાપક પ્રહલાદન દેવ પોતે જ એક કવિ અને નાટ્યકાર હતો અને એના સાહિત્ય પ્રેમને કારણે જ એણે જુદા જુદા દૂર દૂરથી અહીં પાલનપુરની અંદર પંડિતો વિદ્વાનો અને સાહિત્યાચાર્યો જૈનાચાર્યોને એણે આમંત્રણ આપ્યું અને એમને શાસ્ત્રો લખવા માટેની બહુ જ વિશિષ્ટ સુવિધાઓ કરી આપી હતી અને એના પ્રતાપે જ આજે પણ એ સાહિત્ય પ્રેમને કારણે એ સચવાયેલી હસ્તપ્રતો પાલનપુરમાં મળી રહેશે. એ ચોક્કસ કહી શકાય કે પાલનપુર અને પાટણ બંને સાહિત્ય અને જૈનિઝમ આ બંનેની દ્રષ્ટિએ એક બે મોટા જે કહી શકાય એવા નગરો છે અને જૈન મુનિ આચાર્ય હીર વિજય સુરીજી, આચાર્ય સોમસુંદર સુરીજી, આચાર્ય દેવેન્દ્રસિંહ સુરીજી, આ ત્રણેય પ્રતિભાઓ પાલનપુરની એટલી બધી જબરજસ્ત પ્રતિભાઓ હતી કે જેને કહીએ કે ગુજરાતી સાહિત્યની અંદર એમનું બહુ જ મોટું પ્રદાન છે.
Jainism was the new challenge to the orthodoxy of Hinduism, and Western India was the battleground. Just how fierce the struggle for power was is illustrated by a popular story about Prahladan. It begins when Prahladan contracts leprosy and, distraught, searches his kingdom for a cure. He encounters a Jain muni who tells him his leprosy is a punishment for melting down a statue of Mahavir. The only way Prahladan can atone for his sin and thus be cured is to build a temple in honor of Mahavir. A living testimony to Prahladan's faith in the Jain Muni's advice stands today as the Mota Derasar of Palanpur. Though Prahladan himself never converted to Jainism, Prahladanpur came to be known as a haven for Jains. An inner corner of the Derasar stands the statue of Prahladan, the only surviving image of the founder of the city. The Aravlis were no longer a barrier against the new powers that were emerging in the north and northwest. Wave after wave of invaders swept down, attracted by the wealth and prosperity of the region. Muhammad Ghazni was followed by Muhammad Ghori, and then by Qutubuddin Aibak of the famed slave dynasty of Delhi. The Khiljis came after, and they stayed behind to administer the territory as their own. In 1572, the Mughal Emperor Akbar himself conquered Gujarat, and Palanpur became a part of the Mughal Empire. Akbar gave a foster sister in marriage to a Nawab of the kingdom of Jhalore in Rajasthan, and as a wedding gift gave the Jhalore Nawab the territory of Palanpur. This was the beginning of a remarkable period in the history of Palanpur.
we are Afghan patrons and come from Afghanistan. We came somewhere in 1400, I think. And we came as horse dealers, and then we went to Bihar, where we joined the service of the ruler of Bihar or king of Bihar. And then some problem took place later on for my family. And my ancestors moved from there, right from Patna to Jhalore. And we have a sect of people who are known even today as Biharis, because they had come from Bihar with us. And they are in Palanpur. So we joined the ruler of Jhalore, his service. Then unfortunately, the ruler of Nagaur got him killed through poisoning and all that, the king of Jhalore. But since we were there, they couldn't conquer the place. And the widow with her 2 sons continued to rule, and we supported her. Then some internal jealousies wanted to finish our family. And we came to know of it, and we surrounded the queen's palace. Peace was made, and then we continued to serve. And then she got a bit nervous, and she went away with the sons to the Aravalli Hills. And there was nobody there. So my ancestors wrote to the king of Gujarat. Then Gujarat was a separate state in Ahmedabad, that the Gaddi of Jhalore is vacant, and with your permission, can I take it over? So he wrote back and said, yes, you can take it over. And that's how we became the rulers of Jhalore. We have our monogram which says, Ba akl girafta, ba shamshir dast, taken by wisdom, kept by sword.